You may have noticed in the supermarket that there are lots more vegan products to buy. Vegans are still in a tiny minority in the UK. The Vegan Society says there are 500,000 of them out of a population of 65 million. But food manufacturers are catering for a growing number of flexitarians, the people who are cutting down on meat, partly because of welfare concerns, as we've just been saying. Well, now one of the smallest clubs in the Football League that went vegan a couple of years ago says it's spreading its message and winning converts, not just in the UK, but right across the world. Our reporter Bob Walker went to a match day at Forest Green Rovers in Gloucestershire. It's affectionately known as the Little Club on the Hill.
Well, it's just under 3 hours before kick-off and a number of fans have arrived here already in the function room for their lunch, which is entirely vegan.
My name is Em Franklin and I'm the head chef at Forest Green Rovers.
Football fans are well known for liking their meat pies, aren't they? So how do they deal with this, coming to Forest Green Rovers and having an entirely vegan menu?
I don't think there was a cheer when they first heard we were going vegan. Having said that, over the last 3 years, sales have increased hugely, dramatically, and the pie is actually one of the things. You come to football, you have a pie and a pint, don't you? And you have that here as well. We've also, I feel, changed attitude, possibly from a negative standpoint, to actually it's all right. It's just a win on every level. It's good for your health, it's good for the environment, it's good for our well-being, and it's great to share information like that and empower so many people.
My name's Chris Latham. I've been a fan here for about 7 years now. I was in the queue for the food at half-time one day and I sort of saw some of the messages there again, and I looked at it and I thought, actually, I should give it a try. A lot of the messages around the environment and things like that I'd never really thought about before, and since then I've not really looked back, to be honest. It's been a really positive change.
It's changed your habits. Do you think it potentially could change others?
Definitely will change others as well. So from my experience of going vegan, people have asked me about it, talked to me about it as well. So that's people at work, people outside of work, friends, family, and a lot of people have made a change, and whether that's sort of a meat-free Monday through to going vegan as well. So if that's just from me, then if you multiply that across the stadium, then it's probably a far-reaching message and going way beyond sort of the four sides of the pitch.
Kick-off is fast approaching, so we look at Rovers' rivals today. The Mansfield Town team is in goal, number 1.
My name is Adam Witchell. I'm the head groundsman at Forest Green Rovers. The pitch here is organic vegan. I think the only organic vegan pitch in the world. There's no pesticides, herbicides, fungicides. There's nothing sprayed on it to keep off disease. We do everything ourselves in-house, hand weeding, brushing. It's cut with a robot, as well as I cut it as well. The two of us working here. It is completely battery powered. It runs off the solar panels which is on the roof of one of the stands. It will cut the pitch for 2 hours, then it will charge itself for 2 hours. I don't need to touch it, don't need to do anything. It works completely on its own. The only issue I'll have is if the machine has an issue, it stops for any reason whatsoever, it will give me a text message of which I've then got to put a code in and it will stop. So explain to your partner at 2 in the morning that it's the robot that's texting you. Last year I didn't quite get the colour the manager wanted. Instead of using a lot of iron, because it doesn't help seedlings, although I did put iron on it, I used more calcium magnesium and the colour's been a lot better this year.
Why is that important?
I think it's a psychological thing for players. I think if they see a pitch that looks like Wembley, they want to play on Wembley, they think they can play better, it raises their game slightly. If they see grass and it's green and it's a little bit damp, they love it. They think, they're Maradona.
It's been a good day to visit Forest Green Rovers. This was the first of 2 goals scored against Mansfield. Chairman Dale Vince, who's also the boss of the green energy firm Ecotricity, rescued Rovers from looming bankruptcy, and the club strongly reflects his green principles.
Energy, transport and food, between them account for 80% of everybody's personal carbon footprint, and our message to people is if we can just take care of those things, we can make the biggest and most simple difference. So it's about how we power our homes, it's about how we travel, and it's about what we eat. We just try to break that down into a simple story and offer solutions for all of those three, and we demonstrate that at the club. And our media reach has been phenomenal actually for us to carry our message around the world.
As well as vegan food and that organic pitch, solar panels on the stand provide a fifth of the club's energy. The rest comes from Ecotricity's windmills. There are electric vehicle charging points and rainwater is recycled. Its planned new stadium, to be known as Eco Park, will be built of wood, surrounded by 500 newly planted trees and over a mile of new hedgerows.
Are you hoping people will adapt and change as a result of coming here?
Football is a fantastic channel for that message. We've reached 2 billion people around the world since May last year when we got promoted at Wembley, and we're invited to the UN in November this year to COP23 to talk about the role that sport could play in fighting climate change, and that was fantastic for us, and it was a great platform.
Goal for Forest Green Rovers in the 55th minute. It's number 26.
Though the green ethos permeates everything the club does, next season there's a ban on single-use plastics. It's the vegan menu for fans and players that has captured worldwide headlines. Today's seen visits from German and American magazines. Christian Doig is Rovers' top scorer.
No other club in the Football League is run the way we are, but all the boys really enjoy playing for the club, and it's a little bit different, a little bit quirky, and they think it's going to benefit us in the long run and with our performance, so you've got to buy into it, and the boys are, to be fair.
As a professional athlete who's got to be careful about what they eat, do you think it makes any difference, vegan food? Is it your feeling that it improves your performance, makes you fitter? What do you think?
Well, there's a couple of players and ex-players who've played since Dale Vince has been running the football club, and they've turned vegan from it. So I think it's very beneficial. You see a lot of top sportsmen now, they're turning to being vegan. So I think it's going to get a lot more popular in the next couple of years, and you never know what might happen.
You might go vegan?
Maybe, yeah. You never know. Like, I'm half vegan at the moment because of the football club. I've got a couple of friends at home who are vegan, and they're trying to get me to do it when I'm at home, but we're just going to have to see.
Christian Doig talking to Bob Walker. And Forest Green Rovers played against Bristol Rovers last night. They won 3-1